You
He
know
was
what's
playing.
interesting? I'm sorry to cut you off. It's interesting. All these
No
years,
problem.
like we thought that, Dre just didn't like being around the violence. He just wanted to be an artist and make music in the studio, and he wasn't all about the fuck shit. But more and more, you heard Daz say it, and I think you alluded to it on Vlad, if I'm not mistaken, that maybe it was Michel'le who was kind of at the root of all that shit. Is that accurate to say? Like, what you think?
Um, she was the root of the breakup between Suge and Dre.
Right,
Suge and Dre. That's all. But it wasn't because it was because of what. And I don't blame her.
right.
But Dre was. I blame Suge for that because you ain't supposed to mess with your business partner, your homeboy's woman,
Yeah,
and that's what she did. But she did what a and it's unfortunate that women don't hate me and get mad at me. But a woman's supposed to do. What I mean by that is they used to being protected. They're taught to be princess and raise up and marry this big old rich man that's gonna. I mean, that's how
right,
we taught our daughters and my sisters and them was growing up. I know these women today, like,
right.
hey, what the
Yeah.
fuck you talking about? I'm
Or
buying my own shit. I don't, But back then they were brought up to be this big Prince Charming, and this big Prince Charming gonna take care of you.
or
And so I think that's how Michel'le was, brought up, and she was just looking for somebody that's gonna take care of me. From when you going back listening to her explanation, it was she brought me Pampers. Which is why you calling somebody and worry about that at 1 or 2 in the morning, which
right.
that's another thing. but but this is what he came through on, and so that dude generally makes you falling for somebody else when that dude is always coming through with you for you, and your dude ain't coming through for you. Right. I don't know chicks like that. I know situations where that doesn't happen, where a chick started liking somebody else because they did and came through. I'm not even saying they were gold diggers or whatever. It's just that's what
But
made them get attracted
how
to
can
that
you rock with
particular man.
somebody like that though? Like if me and Suge, I mean Dre and Suge, she got babies by both of them.
And I
I mean,
never.
there's no
I
way
You
that you
talking
could.
about the female?
Yeah.
Or you talking about the female? Or you
Not a
talking about
dude
the
as
friend?
dudes. Like I couldn't do business, with my partner right here if he, he's smashing my wife. Like, you know what I mean? Like shit is crazy. Like that's
Oh, I never said Dre was wrong for me.
yeah,
I never said. I
yeah,
didn't say that was the straw that broke
yeah,
Right. That was the final straw in
yeah,
the. That's all I ever
that's
said. I'm not saying he's wrong.
yeah,
Right.
that's crazy.
If I came across like this, I was just saying, hey, that's what makes me be like, okay, nigga, y'all, you can have all this shit.
Or
Well, that was.
Reggie, talk a little bit about, during that time, you came from a background in law enforcement. You grew up in the streets, but you came from law enforcement. You then start your own security company. You're working exclusively for death row. How difficult was it balancing the whole professionalism of dealing with security and the company, and then dealing with artists and clientele that was in the entertainment industry but still had one foot in the street, so to speak? Was that like a juggling act that proved to be difficult, or was it more organic because you were already familiar with the streets, or was it something else?
Yeah, that took over time. I think if I would have, if I was just been on law enforcement and been a cop, and Shield went to jail and he said, Reggie, I need you to quit your police job and come over here and run Death Row Records and run the company for me because I need you right now. I'm about to go sit down and do 5.5 years, 5 years, whatever time it is. I don't think I could have been able to do it. But the fortunate thing was I was still in the same age bracket, so I knew a little bit. I was fortunate enough to become a cop and had that little power, for lack of a better word, at an early age, and was starting to feel like that little power that I had was starting to get me in trouble in my law enforcement career and all of that. And my daddy's still working on me like, you ain't got to be like that with your people. You ain't got to be like that with your people. You don't have to be that cop. Don't be like the white boys, for lack of a better word, and there was some black cops that was like that too, but you ain't got to be like that. You got to be a little different. Why are you like this? Your dad's not like this. Why are you so heavy-handed? That's what we used to call cops,
right.
Get it all together. Why, you don't have to, why? Okay. And then when you start getting days off and time off, and you start getting DAs and investigating your ass and all of that because you're that way, and you sit and watch what happened to those four cops that did that to Rodney King. Stuff like that stuff to make you grow. And then your dad and your family, it's just like all the people that you know still live in Compton, live this way. Both your grandmothers and stuff still live in Compton. So you certainly have a feeling and stuff for people that I'm not saying they were in poverty because you couldn't tell me growing up that we were broke. I didn't know.
Right.
We were still able to do whatever we wanted and do it. I never missed a meal or anything like that. So, but my point is that I had time to grow as, being a career guy from the age of 19 to 27, 28 years of age. And I had those 2 or 3 years of being around Suge and his guys. You know what I'm saying? Where I knew where I had been getting in trouble for being with them. And I'm like, wait a minute, these dudes are good people. Why y'all tripping? Why y'all saying I can't be around? These are guys I grew up with. Y'all talking about I'm fraternizing with. Yeah, okay, y'all fire me. If I'm doing something wrong, or y'all catch me doing something wrong, then get me. But I ain't doing nothing. They not disrespecting me. They ain't smoking no weed in front of me. They ain't doing nothing disrespectful. All they doing is say, hey, come and get with us. And pretty much a hired gun. And they didn't want me to be the shooter. They just thought he wanted to be able to get to my gun if something happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my point was, now I'm being around the relationships who I grew up with, or getting back, the country house, all the things, the Trayvon Lanes, all the people that grew up with me all around me. And
Right.
so now I'm seeing their side of the story. Like, these ain't bad dudes. These are just niggas just doing what they had to do. They went to jail, messed up, had to do some penitentiary time, and now they out here and they glad to have a job too.
Right.
They glad they ain't standing on nobody's corner or going through somebody's window. They getting up, coming to Beverly Hills, going to work. And they happy about that. I'm driving back to the city. So I got to experience that as still being a cop, but being around them on a limited basis because I wasn't around them daily as still being a cop in 1993, 1994, and stuff like that. And then later on, we said we went to jail in 96, 97, where I had to take, if it would have happened then, it would have been a hard transition. But also the OJT time. I had, when you asked me about being able to deal with the music company and deal with artists and stuff like that, that's just from learning, from setting up under Suge Knight Blood from 95. By then I'm starting to start the process for retiring in 1995. For being around him every day, listening to him in meetings, because he would bring me into meetings with him and all of that, and listening and learning and all of that, would made me be able to deal with stuff in 97. But the thing, like I said, I still went and saw the nigga 4 days a week. You don't think all we were talking about was what was going on during that week, before, or what issues that was going on? We wasn't supposed to. That was supposed to be illegal. But I couldn't say, hey, shit, this is what I'm dealing with. How would you handle this?
Right.
That's how I would present it to him, just in case they were listening. And he'd say, hey, this is how I would deal with it if I was you.
Boss, you got a lot of game from him. That's crazy.
It was still able to get the game, but that's why I had to make those drives and those
priceless
things.
game too. Being around that.